Well, YouTube had a little hiccup, but looks like it might be fine. And we are live. So welcome everyone to the Foolish Tech Show. It is a lovely Thursday afternoon. We're here primarily to provide you with support and answer any questions about our products and services. If you have any of those, feel free to jump over to our IRC chat, where we'll be happy to talk directly to you. Otherwise, we're going to spend the time just talking about irrelevant tech shop stuff. And if you'd like to join into that, you can also join our IRC, foolishtechshow.com. And any of the tech opinions expressed here are purely of that individual and not of the company. Continue. How is everyone's day?
It's gone okay. We're starting to wrap up the week, and I think we're about caught up back from the trip as far as our customer support, which is good, I believe. And sorry for anyone out there that may have had a phone call or email that it took a little bit longer for us to respond during our wait time there. But that should be, like I said, back to normal now, so you can expect a much more rapid response.
Yay! We got the Futures Tech crew in there, Ian and Eric. Hello, howdy. Nels looks like he's joined as well. Oh, and Eric brings out a link to start off the day. Windstream buys Earthlink. So that's a thing. Does Earthlink still, do they do stuff besides email now? Hey, Cherie's joined as well. Hey, Cherie, how's it going? Long time no see. So I got some stuff. There wasn't a lot going on. There's this big event that happened, and that's all everyone's talking about. But we don't want to talk about that here. So, closest tech thing that I found is that they came out with a USB device that tests for HIV. So, I mean, if you needed that, it's available now. Need to test your HIV on USB sticks. Doesn't that seem safe? I wonder if it's multi-use. Well. Nick, how do you feel about that? I feel like you have something to say about it, but
I thought I did, but maybe not. Maybe.
You're reading the article, maybe?
No, I didn't even want to click on it.
It's up to 95% accurate, apparently. And only takes 21 minutes to return your results. I'm not seeing anything about multi-use, though. It looks pretty creepy, too, for a USB stick.
I'd imagine. You pee on
it? I think it's a blood.
Oh, nobody said anything to me about having to urinate on this stick.
Yeah, I hope you don't want.
It would be like my my glucose meters, my modern blood glucose
Wouldn't
meters
that
for
be
diabetics.
Wouldn't that be dangerous too? Like if somebody plugged it in and then decided to pee on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please use as directed, folks at home. Don't take our advice, which has no medical backing whatsoever. But
Eric, begin. Yes, begin with the thing that you were going to begin with. You should have let us know in the beginning. So while we wait on the thing to begin, apparently there's a new attack that can shut down some firewalls with just a ping packet. If you attack with a low volume of ping packet, traffic can shut down some firewalls.
Oh, I missed
Oh,
Go. I'm sad you guys missed me. I wish I could have been there and hung out. Brantley said you were off the chain or something. You were off of something. He said Shri was off the chain.
yeah, that's what I
Like,
said.
what?
We got some great video of that too. We'll be sure
Oh,
to
can't
post it
wait
to
to see.
Michael's Facebook.
Awesome.
Everyone go out and friend Michael on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that face. That's so pitiful. It's going to be like the most liked video on your Facebook page, Michael. Way more than those little kitty ones you post all the
If I
time.
could get negative likes and negative friends on Facebook, that might be a motivation for me to join if that were at all
They have
possible.
that now. It's not just likes. You can like frown on something.
No, no, that's not
And
good enough.
yeah.
I want negative followers on my Facebook page. Okay. So, anyway, um,
Did you read that attack, Michael?
hold on, I'm not, it's in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah. The black nurse attacked low volume ping packet traffic can shut down some firewalls.
No, 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 I haven't looked into that yet. Oh, I missed that one. Sorry, it's been a bit busy catching up on these tickets, but ooh,
Ooh.
wow. Yeah, it's the low volume aspect of this. Now, question is,
Is it only against Danish companies?
well, I'm not trying to understand how it was effective being such low volume.
I don't know. Michael, you're the best friend at the Futures Technology.
Oh, thank you guys. Uh, Everyone should be friends with the folks at Futures. They were immensely entertaining and great companionship down there at um, at the event we attended at the Spice World 2016.
That took you a while, like you didn't just spend a week there.
If we're considering if we're considering the drive in the
What
van,
was
something
it?
I'm
It was
trying to
so
forget.
long ago, back when I
I'm
was
trying to forget.
younger.
I wasn't sure whether I was gonna say
That
Spice
have
World or
been,
Austin or why I was being vague on
I
where
really
we were.
was younger back then.
It feels like I aged a few years in that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that would be the reason I want to forget. Certainly not because of the company though down there. That was excellent.
Yeah, excellent company. Had a good time with the Future Tex crew.
Yeah, once we got there.
Yeah.
I'm told everybody wants to forget that car ride.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sorry I
Well,
wasn't available at the beginning of the show. I was on the phone with a customer that was had some questions about a D7 II purchase.
care to elaborate on questions? Like maybe other people might have them, or just no?
Oh yeah, well yeah, they had some questions about de-uninstaller. Apparently they already have a script that they're using to uninstall products and wanted to know if they could do that with D7 II.
Yes.
So let them know they can do that with de-uninstaller. The gentleman I spoke to is also familiar with watching the Foolish Tech show and recognized my voice when I answered the phone.
Yeah, D7.2
Well,
includes
that's
the
awesome.
uninstaller functionality.
I'm sorry.
D7.2 includes the uninstaller functionality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent work, Michael.
So
Get
the
us started.
just clarifying
Shook.
for everyone. Shook's with us. Yeah, welcome, Shook. Let's see. So it looks like it was just the ICMP packets. You know, they're just saying low volume but rapid. You know, these were. They're talking about several tens of thousands of them, 40 to 50,000 packets reach the victims, and that would be enough, depending upon the clients.
Is it just those French ISPs that have to worry, or is this something everyone has to worry about?
I don't see any indication here that this
Is
is
this
something that
ISP level needs to worry?
terribly. I think there probably could have been better ways for them to mitigate this so that there was no impact at all to their customers. But yeah, I don't see this.
Is your
It's only
OPN
against this French ISP, as far as I can see.
your OPN sense isn't vulnerable to this?
I mean, I'm not sure. It's not suggesting that anywhere here.
What's your IP address? I'll test it.
No, thank you.
So close, so
So,
close.
it's based upon it overwhelming the CPU, responding to the ICMP requests. But that could easily be dropped at the gateway or router level. And again, I think this is probably just a situation where this ISP wasn't configured properly, or
Well, I guess we'll find out in the future.
yeah.
What we will have to wait till the future for is to see Android 7 on our S7 and S7 Edge devices.
Okay, so
We talked about them doing a beta launch yesterday. Well, they have already filled their beta reservations.
neat. So that I'm not going to get in on that. Looks like. Hey, listen, I don't know if you. This is the link to the GitHub with the.
Oh, so I can try it against your IP address.
Yeah, so you actually you
Cool.
can test
I
it
will.
out on your networks to see if you're vulnerable.
Test it out on your network. Let's see.
Um,
Hey, do you want to see something that's creepier than the clowns that just suddenly disappeared? Where you can apparently buy Snapchat spectacles. That place looks scary. I don't know if I would buy something from that place. I don't know if it's the balloons or the eye. That thing looks scary. Well, not much else has been going on. GHacks talked about a program that supports batch processing with multiple threads. I thought that was kind of interesting. So you can run several batch files in parallel if you need to do things like that. But I would be careful because a lot of batch things sometimes depend on other batch things. Batch.
Said batch things.
Batch thing. So I'm not sure if everyone heard, but there was a pretty bad train wreck outside of London, it looks like.
uh-oh, that's a big system.
It looks like it was just one passenger car, but it did have a few dead from it, and it was because the driver blacked out.
Oh, yeah, these train wreck stories have gotten a lot of attention in recent years, and I'm a little bit concerned. They really shouldn't be happening at all. It's very easy to automate a train system. It does cost some money, obviously, but it's not terribly difficult to do. And with automated braking systems, it's been proven that this wouldn't be an issue in the vast majority of cases. And there's no excuse, really, in my opinion, for them not to be implemented. We've seen too many deaths in this country as a result of it, and it looks like Britain is in the same boat. Um, the small investment that it would take to do this would think of the lives being saved. Isn't that justified for even if it is $1 million or more to do this? I think it justifies it.
Yeah, they can put nets on the waiting areas. They can put some other safety features in.
I mean, there's other safety features, yeah, that they could implement that may not be as expensive as the automated braking system, but the only thing that I believe has been shown to completely get rid of this is that. And what's sad is that it's implemented on a lot of portions of tracks, but not in their entireties, at least in this country. I don't know how it is over there. But it's so disappointing. Can you imagine when, a piece of track has an accident on it that was scheduled for a week or a month or a year out to have the braking system put into place? And, you know, we've had those stories here, so.
Well, shoot, I just talked to you about all that stuff, but you didn't hear me because I was muted.
No.
I was wondering if you were meaning to talk to us.
I was. So, no, shoot, that wasn't you. I was muted. So anyway, that I did. Mine's been running for almost a year and a half, and haven't had any issues with it dying. But Michael has a small one too that's a different model than mine. Michael, do you want to post that link to your internet gateway box?
The Jetway one, just get that Jetway page. There's so many of them these days, and I forget my models specifically.
What was the Jetway page?
Yeah, so wait, no. I'll find it. I'll get it for you. Just one moment.
But yeah, the Pi hole you can just run on any Raspberry Pi, super easy. But the Untangle you would have to have on one of those more beefier systems.
Products. Let's see. Yeah, just go to the full page for them, because that's what they specialize in. So.
Cool.
You go into their products links and you look at their bare bones systems. That's typically what you want. You'll have a breakdown that you can do based upon the number of serial ports, the number of USB ports, the number of video ports, the amount of storage. Obviously, what's important for our gateway device is the LAN. Some of those have switches built in, some of them just have dual, and some of them have single NICs, but obviously that wouldn't be a good choice for something like a networking device. You want to look at your processor architecture, and you want to look at the physical size and whether or not it's a cooled or passive or actively cooled unit for if noise is a concern. But there's such a broad range from there.
I would say with one of those, you would always want to passively cool. There's no reason to have.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's just asking for another point of failure. I would generally agree, but obviously different use cases might require something different, and they got you covered all across the board there. And they can even be mounted in industrial environments too, it looks like, and PoE connectivity and whatnot as well. So. I've been a fan, and Brantley obviously is a fan, and I think it is the way to go. If you're going to consider building it, they're low cost. You can mark it up when you're marketing to consumers, and if you have the experience behind the distributions or the OSs on those devices, like what we've talked about in the past, pfSense, OPNsense, and whatnot. And what's that other one? I keep forgetting about with a different name. Entangle, yeah. If you have the experience with those, this is definitely the hardware to put it on. I'll be right back.
Okay. So we talked about the USB killer, USB killer 2, and I have one. And Michael actually let me walk all the way back to his computer unsupervised, knowing that I had one of those. Can you believe that?
Dumb.
So.
And it's like, it's not even that he would have caught me in the act. It was that I walked in there acted like I would plug something in, waited a couple of seconds, and then walked back out there. And then Michael came back and was like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Michael, I'd just like you to know that you allowed me to walk unsupervised to your computer knowing that I have a USB killer.
There used to be a word called trust.
You trust people? Haven't you watched the X-Files? They got a saying for that.
When did Michael start trusting anybody?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I just don't.
Isn't he the paranoid one of the bunch?
Yes.
But you realize I'm limited set of resources at my disposal, and sometimes I can't keep up with that. I can't keep up with that level of paranoia sometimes that I have.
Well, now you don't even have to worry about someone having bought a USB killer. They can make it out of a old digital camera.
Okay, that's horrible.
So anyone can do it. And actually, this one with the DIY way is a little bit more powerful than the USB killer too, as I think.
Well, if it's using the camera's photo cells or whatever, then yeah, it definitely would be.
Mm-hmm. So, Shuk, we're working on the bulk. I am working hard away on getting that update out, and we'll let you know once it's there and get you all set up from there. What is Spooky Michael? Is that an inside joke from the show that I missed?
Spooky Mulder, yes, is.
Oh, Spooky Mulder, Spooky Michael.
Yeah, you gotta. It's the details in sci-fi. It's the details in sci-fi that you have to be aware of. No sci-fi fan would ever let you drop. It's like, you know, the who shot first question with Star Wars and things like that.
Who did shoot first?
I don't care, and you
It
can
was
watch
obviously
it yourself.
Han, right?
You can watch it yourself. I'm not getting into a Star Wars argument. I'll get into maybe
Han
a Star
obviously
Trek
shot
argument.
first.
I'm not going to go into a Star Wars argument.
You don't believe that Han shot?
No, I just don't involve myself. Let's see.
You don't involve yourself in if Han
We
shot
have
first
a question
or not?
from Shuk.
I answered it. I said I'm working on the CP8 bulk update,
Okay.
and we'll allow it out once we got it.
Okay. No, we just have the single version license of it out currently. We'll be working on getting that out over the course of what he said, basically.
Yeah, if you want to use it, it's for the installed version. So if you have a product key for a premium, you can activate the installs on that free version.
If you have bulk client installations out there, please allow them to automatically update and do not perform the manual installation.
For now, we're working on that right now. Well, in other news, there's going to be floors that power your everything just by dancing on them. You need more power? Get up and dance. I would really like to have that battery indicator on my wall to tell me how much power I have left in my house. That would be pretty cool.
I have a question. Regarding let's say somebody's purchasing Crypto Prevent currently, and they want to go for the they'll get 25% off. That doesn't that's not a coupon code in this conventional sense, like for the first term. That will be their renewal cost as well. Correct?
Do what?
So just to clarify something on our site, there's a mention of a 25% off for having a subscription.
Yeah, because if you get the single year, it's $20. And if you,
Understandable. But it's not like a coupon. In other words, that's 15 is over and over and over. It doesn't ever go up to 20 subsequent years or anything like that.
correct. It's just you get it at that rate that you purchased it.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike Invise. Did you figure out your streaming stuff yet? I haven't been able to help because I've been busy. I'm sorry. Mike Invise is...
I wouldn't say he figured it out.
Oh. I still haven't even gotten to watch the one that Nick recorded. He still needs my help. I'll help you eventually. Let me get some things done first. But yeah, you got a new page. Do you want to post your page so everybody can go look at it and tell you how great a job you did, or give their own valued opinions? What's your page? We'll help you out streaming, but we can't do it on the air. It's a little hard to do. There we go. Let's look at this rebranding. I think he went dark themed, if I remember correctly. Whoa! All kinds of pop-up things. That looks fancy. I guess I could not ad block you and see how that works out. Oh, that looks even fancier. Looks like you got the WordPress skills down. There we are on the About page. Johnny's favorite picture of herself, she says. Oh, and you can even enlarge it. Nice. Awesome. Mike, you don't look creepy at all in that picture.
Gosh, that is so creepy. Wow. Wow. That is, wow.
Oh, and Michael's got the HTTPS going. What port you got that going over? Oh, something's loud for whoever's getting up and doing things. There's Johnny, she said. 465, Michael's got it on. Mike, sorry, not Michael. You'd rather go by Mike. You don't want to be confused with you, Michael.
Hey, Mike, oh, yeah.
He's got it all in caps. We should notice.
Likes peanut butter ice cream.
Yeah, Mike, nice site, by the way.
Is that under his About page?
Yeah. It's one of 4 bullet points about him as business services specialist. He's got some certifications of some nonsense, and then 17 plus years in IT, and then likes peanut butter ice cream.
Wow, I didn't even look at the R team. That's pretty fancy. How come you cut off everybody else's foreheads?
I did cut off a lot.
You cut off everybody's forehead.
I like the, you know.
You don't like foreheads, Mike?
Chest area there, but the foreheads.
How come McKay Karen's got such an awesome picture?
Yes,
He looks like he should be CEO.
Yeah. Inspirational.
Quite inspirational. Sorry, Mike, after looking at your page, we got to tell you that you've been replaced as CEO. McKay Karen is going to need that spot on the page. It will inspire people. Well, they're the only ones that get to do that. Everybody else gets their foreheads cut off.
Oh, he's showing. That's why you can see their chests and not their foreheads, because he's showing off the shirts on them.
Oh, that looks cut off too, though.
He did the best he could. Otherwise, you couldn't have the guy's eyes in the picture.
Yeah, you should make them take pictures like this. Not forceful promotion. This is what Nick's going to make all of our headshots look like. He said he's going to get cartoon gestures of it. Yeah, with it across our foreheads instead. Caricature. That's a pretty nice site, though. Very well done.
Good thing Proctor didn't do the show today, huh?
Oh yeah, that would have been.
Oh, yeah. Bye, Proctor.
Yeah, just for those in chat, Proctor wrote, my computer just blue screened.
Oh, jeez. I would have kept that. I would have.
I know, I'm calling him out. We're gonna
We're gonna call it.
What is the meaning?
It can happen to the best of us, obviously.
I guess. What is the meaning of this?
Oops, I gotta get the chat up again. Where'd the chat go?
I want a full detailed report.
Sorry about that.
Gotta be ought to know these things. Full detailed report.
Of Proctor's blue screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, in other news, if you want to watch sulfuric acid on toilet paper, now you can.
Is that a commonly requested thing?
I've wondered about it in my lifetime, so I would imagine others have.
I was thinking about it this morning over coffee.
Yeah, it's a very relaxing thing to think about. Too.
Well, somebody kindly did all the tickets.
Oh.
Had already done. You can't complain if I wasn't given a chance. And thank you.
Not a lot else going on, though. All the other stuff I got is really old and doesn't apply anymore.
Oh, wow. Alibaba posted 1 billion in sales in the first 5 minutes of the holiday known as Singles Day.
Yeah. They're like, man, there's not enough people with relationships anymore. We just got to make a day for singles.
There's a Singles Day?
Is that their equivalent of like our Valentine's Day?
Kinda. But they
Not yours.
Yeah. Ouch. They have Valentine's Days there as well, as from what I understand. Like, this is a separate singles day for all the people that felt left out about Valentine's Day. They still get to spend their
That's
money.
why they had the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, to give single people something to do on Valentine's Day.
We do not condone massacres, please.
No, but it gives me a documentary to watch every year.
For historic purposes, yes, it's interesting to know about. But yeah.
Well, who gives the singles sweet nothing?
No, you get to buy it yourself. And it makes you feel better for the holiday.
Really? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Oh, Oh no, I don't know that I like that. That's not good.
It's not about relationships or not being in relationships. It's being about making sure everyone that can spend money on a holiday about those can.
I mean, just think, you could get like your mom could buy you something for that Singles Day.
That's
Michael
true. They could.
could be buying you something every Singles Day.
And Valentine's Day
Something
too.
special. Oh,
Um, well, I thought this was an interesting bag style choice from Lego. If you ever buy something from a Lego store, apparently they turn your hand into a Lego hand.
hmm.
So while you're
Oh.
shopping and having purchased from there,
Oh,
have
that's
a Lego hand going home.
So Proctor, have you tried out sending and receiving money via PayPal with Siri yet?
Not with his blue screening.
Well, I mean, but
He's
Siri on his
not
cell phone.
here.
So I know he's not here, but oh,
Then why are you asking him?
yeah, that's a good question.
He's like, I
Oh
know
my
he's not.
I
God.
just want an excuse to to post the story is the reality of it. But PayPal's making that announcement. We use PayPal, so, or partially for some things.
Great work, Michael. Top notch, sir. Top notch.
I thought I was being nice sharing Apple phone news. We don't usually do that. So.
Well, I got a way cooler thing than hoverboards. It's a laptop size scooter that you can ride around on. That thing looks awesome.
I don't think I'll be giving that a try.
Come on, Tank. You can fit 1 foot up there. You can just ride down with like 3 limbs balancing.
How do you make a fat person fall? Give them a tiny scooter.
Maybe they'll come out with.
I mean, granted, it would make for great YouTube video, but other than that, I'm not.
That would. That would. We would have to monotonize if we started doing that, though. Yeah, it's only $1,280 for that thing.
Only.
I can think of a lot better things to do with $1,280.
Like, get really good at ping pong, like this guy. He can open a bottle from 15 feet away. That takes skills. I thought this was cool. Not quite the robot replacement yet, but this little cart can help you pull massive things like tractor truck trailers. Oh, shoot, had a full browser failure. That's okay. Proctor blue screen. Y'all must have been going to the same sites.
I asked him just now if CPR worked on his blue screen because I'm just kind of worried about it.
It's worrying that he's not back already.
It wasn't his pacemaker's blue screen.
He's got a pacemaker now.
Although you never know this day and age what medical devices people may have.
That's more. Is that all, Shu?
I was gonna say that might be the reason it's expecting more tabs to be open. I thought Chrome didn't run without having 500 tabs open at least.
Oh, don't you get bonuses for certain tab scores? Oh, well, they're already announcing some Black Friday sales. Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be big this year.
And it's not really that far away, Michael.
That's true. That's true.
I'm fine with them starting the Thanksgiving sales and Thanksgiving stuff after Halloween. That's great, and it's after Halloween.
Well, here's a Lego skateboard. We get to find out. It took out your camera, Proctor. Proctor just had a complete breakdown. All systems have halted. Are you manually spinning things back up, Proctor?
Yeah, I've got the crank going.
Oh, those lovable squirrels and their leprosy.
What? What?
And
Huh?
What are you talking about?
what am I talking? Oh, I guess a link would be good or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't just say there's lovable squirrels and their leprosy and not do anything
Well,
after that.
these native red squirrels that they have up there, like everything redhead comes from, Ireland and Scotland and
Oh, these squirrels are causing leprosy?
um well, no, it's the fact that they're not, well, I mean in a way, but yeah, they've basically kept it in the population, and they've been beloved by the populations there, so they probably could use to kill them off. I don't know. I haven't read the whole thing or its implications, but I think every society wants to remove leprosy.
But they're going to keep the squirrels around?
Yeah, they're protected in the UK, so that's a concern.
Shook, we do have a lot of USB drives left over. We're determining what to do with those. Once we have a good idea, we'll announce it. Hey, so Netflix is winning. Netflix is winning the fight against other people watching it from places they don't want them to watch it from.
What's up?
Apparently, a lot of unblocking companies are giving up against Netflix.
Is it like a region thing?
Yeah, so like America, you can only watch American subscribed content. Canada has a whole nother catalog, and everywhere else does. And people have been using VPNs to
Mm-hmm.
say that they're in the other countries, and now they can't.
By the way, squirrel update. It looks like leprosy has gone from Britain in the 15th and 16th century, so they've been without it for quite some time. So it was quite surprising for the guys to find leprosy in there. And while I don't think there was cases of it in humans, that's certainly a concern when their populations are increasing after there was the reason their populations are increasing and the reason why they're being protected is because there was basically a plague amongst the squirrels of the gray squirrels, and it didn't, or red squirrels rather, that didn't affect the gray squirrels. So that's cute. Well, it's not that long of a blurb there. It's worth reading.
Wow, he really did see a squirrel.
I heard a lot about squirrels in 1 year.
It's like, I mean, we used to like say, look, squirrel. When he would lose his attention, but on something random, but he really did see a squirrel.
So this might interest people because I know a lot of businesses that I've talked to have do things like this, but there's an app that GHacks did a review on of a Screen Wings, an anti-screenshot app.
I don't know about that.
What don't you know about it? You don't know how it works?
What's it trying to do there?
It's trying to prevent you from taking screen captures because it can't be circumvented by just pulling out your cell phone. But that takes other corporate policies to be in place, like not allowing people to bring their cell phones in the office.
Is screen captures a big problem?
They can be, yeah. If you have proprietary information, you don't want getting out.
Yeah, aren't you already compromised at this point though when this type of thing is happening? I mean, just the fact that you're not. I mean, you're going to let a compromised system stay on your network and just have the last line of defense be this screenshot protector? I mean, it sort of seems a little weird.
It's not always being compromised. Like, people could be taking screenshots, not like some malicious app or something.
Well, that is true. Yeah,
It's probably more likely that people would be trying to take screenshots. Like, Beavis was saying that he's not allowed to have any kind of screen. Like, his screen with work stuff on it can't be on video of any sort or film. So he has to make sure and go out of his way to ensure that doesn't happen. Like, it's part of his contract to work. So some people are very, very cautious about screenshots.
Yeah, but specifically in this article, I think they were putting
Not like other people that go to a conference and join the wireless and then log into their sites.
I understand that. I just wish they would have started this article.
Do you understand? Do you understand that that's a bad thing?
I get that, but listen
You
to
get
me.
that?
Why didn't when they started this article off, they specifically talked about malware, and so, in that context, I question it. I'm not questioning it based upon what you're saying, and I guess there is a need for that. I didn't realize how big that had become, but
Yeah, man, screen clipping's big industry nowadays.
I mean, maybe GHEX doesn't understand the implication of that either.
Anyway, the iPhone 7 will let you know if you've broken the home button. I think it's being pretty nice to you about it. And they offer you an on-screen home button if that's the case. That's so nice of them. Hey, Glenn. How's it going? That good, huh? That would be a question for Mike Invise. He likes Evernote. We prefer OneNote. OneNote is much nicer. And Evernote makes you pay money for it. That's kind of weird. Considering that OneNote is free completely. Fully and completely. Glenn tweeted me during Spice World. So he was there in spirit.
Oh, that counts.
Yeah. Yeah, Shook, I don't like Evernote really that much at all. OneNote's much nicer route to go, I feel. And if you're used to one, you're pretty much used to both of them. Honestly, I feel like OneNote's searching ability is far superior to Evernote's. So that is in the last time I tried it. They may have changed and gotten better now. Sure thing. OneNote is like Microsoft's most underappreciated app they've ever created. It's been around since Office 2003.
I'll vouch for that. Yeah, I should have been using it a lot earlier.
And I started using it as soon as it came out. I even learned SharePoint just so I could take more advantage of the free stuff that OneNote could do. And it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. And it's only gotten better and better, all the way up to the point where they just give it away for free now. Every single device, you can have it on everything you want. And then it syncs with OneDrive. You get like 5 free gigs of OneDrive, don't you? So plenty of space to store OneNote notebook. It's awesome stuff. I think I didn't give you ops. There we go. Yeah, so only other news I have is this one old post that we've kind of talked about already, where it's feds claim they can enter a house and demand fingerprints. So if you're using the fingerprint option on your phone, you want to make sure that you enable the option to have a passcode when you turn on your phone. And then if you ever happen to be raided, turn your phone off. Now, I would like to stress, do not pull out the sledgehammer that you carry around with you and try to destroy your phone while people with SWAT and weapons are coming at you. Worst idea you could have would be to start sledgehammering things when you can simply
no
power
Gallagher
your
fans,
phone
no
off.
Gallagher fans here. Come on, come
Not
on.
only might that get you shot, but it would also clue them in as to the fact that you had something
Yeah, they need to
inside.
check that phone.
And Michael, even if the SWAT team are Gallagher fans, I'm generally guessing that doesn't apply when they're working.
Yeah.
I was going to tell him to put his hands up, but he was doing Gallagher. I mean, who cares?
They change everything I say.
Yeah, not at all what you said.
I was just the implication. Sure, I might have used some unchoice words, but there's other ways to destroy your phone.
Shook's building a live boot CD, a live boot USB, and would like to know of some things to put on it. I would suggest some of the antivirus live boot environments, a Windows PE environment, so you can run your Windows tools like D7. And there's some other decent ones you could do too. If Phoenix was here, he would know a better boot thing to tell you. But you can definitely use Easy to Boot to create your USB flash drive setup, though. That makes it really easy. You just drop ISOs in a folder and it boots them. So, sure. What's your current list? We'll look at that. Text uploader. That sounds safe. Dr. Web is probably one of my favorite antivirus boot environments. It usually has the highest success rate. The Kaspersky one was pretty good too. I liked how they did their environment. I want to say like the Bitdefender one, I wasn't too enthused with in some portions, but you got all your installs up there. That's pretty good. Some disk tools. Trinity's up there. That's a pretty good set. What size USB stick are you using for that? It's got to be a fairly large USB stick. And you got Android on there? 128 gigs. Yeah, you did have the PE installed there. So.
Did you guys? This was an article that was shared, I think, with us possibly previously, but these are this is a build, a nice PE build that has a ton of tools listed in it. Probably we would probably push a lot of these things too. And it's a modern build, so it'll run both 32-bit and 64-bit apps on PE.
What is this one? Gandalf's. It doesn't work as well as I liked it to.
Oh, you've tried it already?
Yeah, their 64-bit version has the same issues that any Windows PE 64-bit version has, and nothing really all works together in it. So.
I thought they had made some progress on that, or at least it sounded like it based upon.
I mean, some things will work, but it's like if you decide to try something that should be portable in 64-bit, it doesn't always end up working. And it's just because Windows PE is not made to be 64-bit, really. It's they can do everything they need to do in 32-bit, so why would they make it 64-bit? And Shook says he likes it, so I don't know. I also just prefer making my own PE disk. It feels better. I'm not sure how Gandalf gets away with distributing his, because he's not supposed to distribute it like that. But who knows? Maybe they've changed some things, because they have changed their licensing with the later PE builds.
Not in that way.
Yeah, I didn't think they would. Like, essentially, you have to have a Windows disk to make a PE build. If you don't have a Windows disk, then you can't make your own PE build. And I think to have the disk, they say that you have to have a actual license. So. Actually, Shook, you can add a D72 folder with anything like WinISO to edit a ISO image, and you can just drop that folder in there and then use it from there. You might want to set up a batch file to have it copy over to the X drive so it can run from a not write protected area. But it works pretty well. And like I said, any ISO editor, I use WinISO because it's always helped me out, and I actually have a lifetime copy to it. Yeah, I prefer rolling my own just because you can customize it to your needs. So. All right. We have reached our hour. We started a little bit late today, but today's the real slow news day, so I think we're going to wrap her up anyway, unless anybody else had anything they wanted to throw in there last minute.
It looks like this actually the one that build of Gandalf. I thought maybe I misread it, but it is an x86 build, so it will run all 32-bit.
He has a X64 build as well, but that's the one that doesn't do everything like it should do.
Okay. So maybe Shook is trying out the 32-bit one, and maybe that's why he's not noticing some of those things. Maybe that you were.
I mean, that would be the one I would recommend you use, so that would be the better option.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry. Just wanted to mention that.
No worries. So let's go ahead and wrap her up for today. So thanks everyone for joining us. We will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. for our Friday show. So hope everyone's having a great week and hope it continues on. And otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Oh wait, I have to take us out. Okay.
Take us on out, Michael.
That.